Why women call fit older men intimidating and what they really mean. You think she's complimenting your gym progress when she calls you intimidating. She's not when women see an older man who looks like he could outlift their current boyfriend and outthink their ex. There's a specific neurological short circuit happening. The word intimidating is a defense mechanism against something they've been taught shouldn't exist. An older man who didn't let go. Society sold them the lie that men peak at 25 and decline into dad bods and defeated posture. So when you show up at 48 with shoulder definition and life mastery, you're a glitch in the matrix. What's actually intimidating isn't your body count at the gym. It's the realization that they might have been dating in the wrong age bracket this whole time. The intimidation is internal conflict disguised as a compliment. And the harder you've worked on yourself, the louder that conflict screams. Welcome to Alpha Attraction, the channel where we skip the fluff and dive straight into strategies that actually work. Here we give relatable advice on love, dating and style, but today we're breaking down something you've likely heard before, but never fully understood. Ever had a woman call you intimidating? Let's unpack this moment and why it's not about what you think. Let's dive into why women really say intimidating when they see a fit older man. Buckle up, this is going to be a ride. Point 1. Intimidating is code for out of my league, or too disciplined for me. Most men assume that when a woman calls them intimidating, it's just about their physique or maybe how they carry themselves. They might think it's a compliment or an acknowledgement of hard work. But here's the twist. Women aren't just admiring your gym routine. No. They're looking at something far deeper. What to do instead? Well, when she calls you intimidating, what she's really saying is you're out of my league. It's not just about your muscles or how much you can lift. It's about your discipline. You see, women don't just see fit. Strong and successful men as attractive. They see a reminder of what they haven't yet committed to. When she says intimidating, it's her mind, grappling with the idea that she could achieve what you have, if she was willing to put in that level of effort. But here's the thing, she's not sure if she's ready to work that hard. It's like standing in front of a door to a better version of herself, but she's not sure if she has the courage to walk through it. So instead of admitting it, she calls it intimidating. Think about someone like Keanu Reeves, a man in his 50s, yet his discipline in fitness, acting, and his overall lifestyle is unmatched. People, especially women, find him intimidating not because of his acting roles, but because he's managed to maintain that level of consistency and focus over decades. Imagine what that says to someone who's still figuring out if they want to stick with a diet or go to the gym more than twice a week. Stick with me, we're just getting started. I'm going to show you how this intimidation goes beyond just looks. It's rooted in deep, internal conflict that women don't often have the words for. And we're about to explore why. Let's move to the next point. Point 2. Fit older men expose younger men's laziness. And she notices the contrast. Ever seen a guy who's younger, maybe even in his 20s, lounging around with no care about his health? He's got the youthful advantage, but zero discipline. The reality is, many younger men lean into the excuse that they're young enough to get by without effort. They drink, eat junk, skip the gym, and let their body go. But here's the thing, when they see an older man who is lean, defined, and in great shape, They get a little uncomfortable. And guess what? So do women. What to do instead if you're older and in shape? You're showing them exactly what they're missing out on. It's like holding up a mirror that reflects their own lack of motivation. You're not just in competition with the younger guy. You're reflecting the opposite lifestyle. The lifestyle they secretly wish they could commit to but haven't. And here's the kicker: women notice this contrast. She's not just comparing you to the guy she's with right now, but to the type of man she could have had if she prioritized discipline, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Let's look at someone like David Beckham. Here's a man still active at 50 plus, constantly in great shape, maintaining his commitment to fitness, and still making waves in the world. Now compare him to a younger guy, maybe a popular influencer, who doesn't prioritize his health or fitness. Beckham's image alone speaks volumes. This is what you could achieve if you stayed disciplined. It's a message of consistency that many younger men fail to exhibit. Imagine how that contrast feels to a woman. It's not just about physical strength. It's about lifestyle. What you're showing her is what could have been, or could still be, if she made the same choices. And that's powerful. You're challenging her idea of what's possible in life, in fitness, and in the kind of men she should be attracted to. Stick around, we're about to explore how that contrast impacts more than just attraction. Point 3, the age-defined body creates cognitive dissonance. Many men over 40 start believing they're past their prime, that their best years are behind them. Society tells you this at every turn, from aging celebrities who've let themselves slip, to every middle-aged ad campaign, and, of course, the endless dad bod jokes. The truth is, many men buy into this narrative and let themselves go, thinking it's just normal to age that way. What to do instead when a woman sees a man in his 40s or 50s who is still in peak physical form? It creates cognitive dissonance. What's that? It's when her brain is forced to reconcile two conflicting ideas. On one hand, society's narrative that men decline with age, and on the other, the undeniable reality that you have defied that stereotype completely. You're showing her that men don't have to deteriorate. You're proving that the common narrative about aging is just a myth. When you look and feel great at an older age, it forces her to confront a truth she may have never considered. Maybe she's been following the wrong script about what aging should look like. Think about someone like Sylvester Stallone. At 70, he's still working out like a machine. His physical presence is a walking contradiction to everything society teaches us about aging. He's not just defying the clock, he's challenging the entire age-related belief system most people, including women, have been conditioned to believe. Slice still pushing his body, staying sharp. Well, that aging doesn't have to mean slowing down. Now let's talk about the next element. How your ability to commit to fitness translates into something even more powerful than just looks. Stay with me, it's coming up next. Point 4, he's proven he can commit long-term to fitness career. Everything. Here's where many men trip up. They can't stick with anything long enough to reap the rewards. They start fitness regimens, get excited for a few weeks and then quit. Or they jump between hobbies, careers, or relationships without ever seeing anything through. The result, women see it as a red flag. You know why? Because commitment is sexy. It's not just about being disciplined in the gym. It's about showing consistency across all areas of life. Fitness is just the surface. What's beneath that is the ability to commit, to show up every day, and to not back down when the going gets tough. What to do instead when women look at a fit older man? They see someone who has mastered the art of long-term commitment. They see a man who has stuck with his goals, whether physical, professional, or personal. And that translates to trust and reliability. It's not just about your body, it's about your consistency. That consistency in everything you do sends a clear message. I'm here for the long haul. It's that kind of stability that makes you more attractive than any short-term novelty. Take a look at someone like Robert Downey Jr. His transformation from a man in and out of addiction to a disciplined actor, family man, and fitness enthusiast shows us that long-term commitment isn't just about lifting weights. It's about showing up for yourself day in and day out, no matter what, and that kind of reliability. It's magnetic when a woman sees that. She doesn't just see a man with a great body. She sees someone who can be trusted, someone who is in it for the long run. All right, now we're really close to the most powerful part of this conversation, how intimidation can actually be about something deeper than attraction. Let's get into it. Bonus point: intimidation is attraction mixed with fear of rejection. Now this is a huge one. When women call you intimidating, it's actually a mix of attraction and fear. They like what they see, but they're also scared of what it means for them. They're not sure they can compete with the life you've built. And they fear being rejected because they don't feel they measure up to what you've achieved. It's not just that you're physically strong or accomplished. It's that your success forces them to confront a very real fear of not being able to match up, and that fear, it makes them nervous. But here's the thing, it's not a negative feeling. It's one of self-awareness. What to do instead? Embrace the fact that attraction and fear are two sides of the same coin. Instead of dismissing her feelings of intimidation, understand that it's a reflection of her internal struggle. The fear of not measuring up, of not being able to keep up with someone as disciplined and accomplished as you, is an uncomfortable feeling. But here's where the power lies. If you embrace your discipline and confidence, it won't just make you more attractive. It'll make her rethink the kind of man she needs to be with, and maybe even challenge herself to step up her game. Think about a figure like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's intimidating to many, not just because of his physicality, but because of his relentless pursuit of excellence in every area of his life. Women see that, and their attraction is often mixed with fear. Fear that they might not be able to live up to that level of success and commitment. But here's the twist: that fear is part of what draws them in. It creates a magnetic pull dynamic, where the very thing they fear is what makes them more intrigued. Now you understand why being called intimidating isn't just about your physical strength or your looks. It's a combination of many layers that we've just broken down. It's the fear of rejection, the fear of not measuring up, and the power of seeing someone who has mastered the art of commitment and discipline. So next time you hear intimidating, remember, it's not a knock on you. It's a sign that you've triggered something much deeper than mere attraction. Recap of all the main points. 1. Intimidating is code for out of my league. When a woman calls you intimidating, it's not just about your body or strength. It's a subtle admission that you're out of her league. Your discipline, consistency, and success are things she hasn't fully committed to yet. Too fit older men expose younger men's laziness. And women notice the contrast. When you're in shape and living with purpose, it makes younger men look lazy in comparison. Women notice this contrast. And it's not just about physical strength. It's about lifestyle and commitment. You're reflecting the path they could have taken. 3. Your age-defining body creates cognitive dissonance. You break the mold of what society tells women about aging. When you look and feel great at an older age, it forces them to confront the idea that maybe they've been following the wrong script about aging and what men should look like. You've proven that long-term commitment is part of your DNA in fitness, work and life. Women aren't just impressed by your muscles. They're impressed by your consistency. You've shown you can stick with your goals, whether it's fitness, career, or personal growth. And that makes you someone they can trust and rely on. Bonus: intimidation is attraction mixed with fear of rejection. When women say you're intimidating, it's not just about physicality. It's about them fearing they won't measure up to the success and discipline you've achieved. But that fear, it makes them more attracted to you. It's a reflection of their internal conflict, a mix of admiration and the fear of not being able to keep up. You've got the keys to understanding why women react this way. It's not just about impressing them. It's about embracing a lifestyle that commands respect. Thanks for sticking with us till the end. If you found this helpful, let us know by commenting something simple, like "intimidation is power," to show us you've watched the full video. As a thank you, remember, the more you focus on personal growth, the less you'll need to chase attention. It'll come to you naturally, because true alpha energy doesn't beg for validation. Like, subscribe, and share. If you know someone who could use this insight, your support helps us grow, and it helps us bring more content like this to you. Also, check out the video we've recommended on your screen. We'll see you again soon, and until next time, keep evolving and embracing your best self. Thank you for watching.